tier list part of the video. The part where I rate literally the 7 classes. We'll start with solo. Alright. Wait. What am I looking at? Yeah. Oh, okay. The images are like, I can't tell where one
Yeah.
image ends and one image starts, but
Uh-huh.
that's fine. Okay. So in S tier, we have Demon Hunter, of course. You just fucking slap Demon Hunter up there. You've got like you've got Spin Pale, which is the sanctified power with Impale. You've got that for like farming, pushing, RGK, group XP, solo XP, keys. You can literally do anything you want with that. You can make a build for that and do anything you want with that. You are, and with the Vengeance power, you can still run that on your ZDH and feel okay, or you can choose the Strafe power. You can also be like, you can just play Marauder as well and maybe trash clear, push, farm. Just like, yeah, you're just as strong. That because the cluster arrow power is OP as fuck for area damage, and that build really likes area damage. So like as a demon hunter, anything you do, you're gonna be happy. You're not worried about it at all. So yeah, that's just demon hunter. Like if you're playing demon hunter, you're just pogging. Honestly. Now, how do I rate the rest of the classes? Because okay, is this one just solo? Am I just doing solo here? I've just done solo for this one to start. I'll do solo. I'll say this is overall because it's easier that way. But I'll say overall. You said solo first? Okay, I'll go solo then. Yeah, so forget the support part of the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter can do anything you want with the sanctified powers and stuff. It's just good. So for solo, Demon Hunter. And then also in solo, I'm going to say that you can throw Monk up here because Inna's is still insanely strong for keys. You're still insanely strong for XP with either Inna's. Even though it's nerfed, it's still going to be good at certain tiers. And then for anything above like 120-ish, you can just play Wave of Light and you're going to be absolutely smashing the game. It's a little clunky to play, but your XP number will, and your augments you're getting and everything will probably make you just keep playing it and not really care about it. And then I think the other thing that goes in I think the thing that goes below that in A tier, below those two, is Barbarian. Because all of their sanctified powers are pretty good. You can use them on almost any of their builds. You can farm keys with Whirlwind. You can farm XP with Whirlwind. You can farm GR's augments. Anything you want. You can push with Whirlwind and Hoda. You can farm with Hoda as well. Like, you've just got a bunch of options out there. All your sanctified powers are feeling pretty good. So, for solo, if you are a Barbarian enjoyer, you're not going to have any trouble still having fun on Barbarian. And then below that, ooh, it's getting tough now because I just want to put the rest in D tier. Oh man, that's tough. I'll put Necro in B. I'll put Necro in B tier because I don't really like it myself, but Rathma is pretty solid. You can play LOD mages for key farming and for lower speeds, and then you can play Rathma in your higher speeds, and you'll probably be okay. Necro is not ideal. It's very squishy. A lot of people don't like it, but it's not. It's in terms of just raw power, it's probably stronger than the others. I guess in terms of because we don't know exactly what it's like without Tasker and Theo, I'll also throw Crusader here because Crusader's got its new build, which is like it's only like it's got Fist of the Heavens for keys, and if you want to farm with like Aegis of Valor or Condemn Satyr with a con or Bombard, honestly, you can probably make it work, and you're not feeling too bad about that. So yeah, that's pretty. It's Crusaders. Like if you like Crusader and you're interested in the new set, you're probably gonna give it a go. In solo, it's not going to be the most painful thing, but you're definitely not a monk or a demon hunter. You're definitely not just pogging at every corner because you're murdering all the monsters. Okay, and then on to, I'm pretty sure I've just got to put Witch Doctor in D tier. I Yeah, I don't know. I don't play this class. That's my biggest complaint here. I don't know a lot about Witch Doctor, but they've never been really fast at anything, and I think it's all staying the same. Yeah, it's gonna be yeah. Witch Doctor is gonna be in D tier. I don't recommend it, but if you like Witch Doctor, you're probably gonna find you like your powers. So why not give it a go? I wouldn't recommend to start it, but you can if you want. I don't control your choices. And then with Wizard, ooh, C or B tier for Wizard. Hmm. Uh. Hmm.
I think you're wizard fanboying if you put it anything higher than C.
Yeah, I am. But we got the new helmet. Be-
New Elbin Cofield.
okay, it's a solid C tier without the helmet though. Like for sure. Like untested, no P tier, no additional meteor helmet. This is a C tier class. Helmet, I'm putting it B. I'm Wizard fanboying. I think Wizard's on the same level as Crusader, right? You can, like, Wizard can do magic missile keys now. It can do Archon keys. Wizard's got a lot of good key farmers that just work. It's like you don't like they're not too hard to play. They're not too hard to gear. You just go, and then you've got like you can do Firebird, which is pretty tanky. Not the most fun thing to play. Not the strongest, but definitely good for getting your gem ups and XP alone. And then you've got Meteor, which is cool and new. Most people who play Wizard probably like Meteor, so you're probably gonna give it a go. It's like the same thing with Condemn. Like people who play Crusader like Condemn, so like it's not the strongest build, it's not the weakest build. You've got options. Wizard's probably a fine start. I'm also gonna put it C tier or B tier and not C tier because it gets Talrash as its starting set, so you don't even have to worry about what set you're gonna play because you just get it when you finish your season journey. I think that's pretty good for that. Okay, yeah, that's my solo interpretation of the game. Honestly, I'll listen. I'll listen. I'll take opinions now. What do you think for Snickety Worm? Anybody? I'll take outside opinion.
I
I said
think
my two
Barb's
cents.
a little high, but like that's because I don't like Barb. I think that Barb. I guess it has Raycore, which is strong. It has the Whirlwind power, which is cool. But like, I don't know that I would put Barb above Necro personally.
Whirlwind Power is
But
really good for Whirlwind XP though. Like
yeah,
makes their life super easy. I think Barbarian gets A tier because of its ease of play compared to these builds below it.
it also starts out with Wrath
Yeah,
and Waste.
that's
So
another bonus to it. Okay, now sounds like decent start worm. Okay, now what about how do I do group? How do I make this a group meta thing?
I mean, just reset it and start over. I don't know.
Like I need just download it. I'll just download it. Did I get sent here? Oh. Ah! Make a template. Make your own template. Does this not work? Okay. No, this is a different thing. Clicking presentation mode? Oh my god. It's not blinding me anymore. Do I have to redo? I'm not redoing that. Flashbang. It is for the first part. Okay. And now, okay, we're going to do the tier list for group using these same images. One, because I'm lazy. Two, because I think most of the XP metas in this day and age involve the same class being both DPS. So, yeah, I'll visually describe it using my mouse and this. Okay, so for group at the top, we've got everybody's favorite Spin Pale. Spinning and damaging. I don't think that. I think these are the most obvious choice as the top XP. Just like they're showing on PTR, they were really, really good. I don't think you're gonna find something smoother to play. But then, alongside them in S tier, pending the slight nerf to the Sanctified Power from the final patch notes, you've got Laud Monk. So you've got Laud Monk here. Do I have to move this down to 8? Yeah, okay. So you've got DH is that at the season start, you got DH first. DH is the S tier XP. You're spinning on DHs. You're gearing up like crazy. Get a couple paragon levels, and then once you've somehow acquired the materials, you hop onto your monks, and wham, monk takes the lead, and then monk becomes the top XP with bells. I'm pretty sure is the way it will go. That will be, and then you're gonna play these monks. You're gonna play monks all the way through to the end, and then whenever people start switching to 150 metas, it's going to be. I don't know how to describe this on this chart on this tier list, but I'll do that after. And then for just XP, for your XP speed meta, after that you're gonna of course have rats, because those are always going to be a thing. I think next to rats, honestly, is probably Firebird. Running Firebird XPs is probably going to be similar to rats. I would say, rough estimate, somebody could tell me if they got different results, but from my understanding, these two would be in the same tier-ish. Rat might be below it. What do you think, Persnickety? Wizard might be stronger than Rat, actually.
I mean,
I'll say.
I don't.
I'll say they're similar. Yeah, I'm saying they're similar. And then after that, you'll have Crusaders with Condemn or something like that. And then after that, Barbarian. Somebody would have to tell me if there's a Barbarian XP meta that anybody's tried. And then Witch Doctor's at the bottom. So then which class we start with your group? Good question. We'll be starting Demon Hunter. Our plan is what I stated at the beginning of this ranking. Start Demon Hunters, gear monks, switch to monks. Yep, you just start on Impale. Just running Impale speeds, or Spin Pale speeds as we're calling them. I don't know if that's actually a name that will stick, but yeah, Spin Pale into Bell Monks. And that's basically the season of XP right there. And of course, if anything else is broken and pops up in between there, we'll probably make the switch, of course. But season start plan, if you're looking to do group XP, I'm not talking about 150s yet. You have just group XP speeds. You're probably looking at wanting to do DH Spin Pale into LOD bells. That's probably the XP metas and their relative strength. Barbarian and Crusader could probably be flexed around somewhere, but I just didn't mess with them that much, and Barb has never been insanely powerful. But Paragon switched to Monk. I think Monk is honestly more dependent on when you get the gear. I think you just don't switch to Monks until your DPS have the perfect gear. And perfect gear is crazy. It means cooldown everywhere, area damage everywhere, like resource cost everywhere, like everywhere you need it. Like that's all ancients. Multipliers are good on the gear. Like it requires a lot. I don't think it's necessarily like a aim, like you'll just end up at a certain paragon by the time you're ready to switch because the gear needs to come. And the reason why DH is good to start alongside that is because DH gives you dex gear. So it gives you some of the LOD gear. The only thing you would need to be crafting for Monk would be the helm and the weapons. But that's something that you can acquire. Not too hard. But yeah, other than that, that's probably it for, I think, just raw XP. Speed XP meta, that's probably the ranking.
The supports for Spin Pail are Z Necro and
Yeah, this
ZDH.
yes, supports for Spin Pale are Xenecro ZDH. I'm not sure about the supports for monks. I know one of them's a ZDH. I do not know what the other one is. If it's a barb or if it's a necro or if it's something totally different. But you can expect a ZDH in all of the metas. Basically forever, as long as ZDH is as strong as it is. Now, again, these things are all subject to change once we get a hold of the metas and are playing them. But as of right now, plan is probably Spin Pale with 3 DHs and a Z Necro. And then now we move on to the even more interesting thing that I'm really not sure about, which is, or I'm not 100% confident on, is 150 metas. 150 farming. Or even pushing. I can still use this tier list. I'm confident in myself. I can make this work. So we'll do trash clear first. Or actually, I know how to make this work. I've got this. So at the top, I think it's Necro. S tier, obviously. It's got Tragools or LOD Blood Nova. And I don't think anything was showing better promise than them from the PTR. And they didn't get any nerfs, so yeah, as trash clear, Necro looking crazy strong. And then in right behind them in terms of power with trash clear, I think you're looking at Demon Hunter with Marauder, and then in the same bucket as them, probably Barb. Probably looking at Barb and Demon Hunter as the next viable trash clears. Again, I don't know if I recommend them. Demon Hunter is squishy, and Barbarian is lag. Yeah, not very conventional to play with. And then after that, Witch Doctor and Wizard. At this point I'm not even gonna mention like what builds you're playing because like they're not very smooth. I guess I will. You'd be playing Moonanduga Witch Doctor or like LOD Twister Wizard, and those aren't very fun either. And I'll throw Monk in there with them too because Bell Monk probably can, but I don't think the game can handle the lag. And then below that you've got Crusader somewhere. I do not know where. Crusader's probably just as laggy as well. I don't even know what build you'd use. Crusader's off the table. That's in terms of trash clearing. Now we'll do reset it again, and we'll do RGK. I think again, Necro takes the cake here, as with Rathma. And then I think below that is DH with Spin Pale and Wizard with Archon. Firebird Archon. I think that's probably And then the other builds, oh shit. Eric here, Witch Doctor's also probably here with them as well. Bogadile? We're not saying Bogadile works. We're not putting that into the air. But yes, of course.
Surely they will have
Of
fixed
course,
Bogadile.
if Bogadile
just
if
one-shot
Bogadile
everything.
works, I'll need a new tier. I'll need a tier named Bogadile. I'll need a new chart. Somebody has to make me a new chart. It'll have to be named Bogadile. Because I'm gonna have to put that shit up here. Yeah, but right now, Eric here, Firebird, Archon, and Spin Pale probably looking second best to Rathma. Again, one of these might be better when you're farming than Necro. Or just smooth the farming. But I'm gonna say what I expect at the end of the day is 2 Necros. And then Crusader has Aegis of Valor, but that's like a solid C tier build. Can Barbarian even kill a boss? I don't know. Monk has I'm sure Belmonk can still kill a boss, or Enna's can still kill a boss. So I'll probably put it at C tier, but I don't think you want to. So I think your realistic options, because I'm gonna put all these in D tier. I think your realistic options are Necro at the absolute end game, and then Impale DH. I'll make it clear that I'm meaning Impale, with the spin Impale as the RGK, Arakir, or Firebird Wizard. We already did the speed part of the video, Spongy. I took that chart away and cleaned it from memory. But yeah, anyway, this is basically, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. This is basically the what I think is probably going to be pretty accurate for 150 RGK power. Yes, what Worm said. Okay. Now that I've ranked everything, anybody want to fight me over my ranking of something? I think that there's a possibility I don't quite understand how strong Impale or Arakir is, but I think I have a good idea of how strong Rathma and Firebird are. So I really want to whip out my paint skills to describe what I feel like Necro does to a boss, but I don't know if I can show it on stream. So Necro gives the boss the suck and kind of just dies. Will Z Witch Doctor be better than ZDHOB with monks? I don't think that's gonna happen, no. But again, I stated just a second ago that something crazy could pop up. I'm just going off of what I experienced on the PTR and then using that, basing my thoughts now off of the final patch notes. Okay. This is where I would run out of stuff to put into a video if I was to put stuff into a video.